probably should have the show's opening with freaking the Joker talking.
We should.
I should. I'm fucking up.
Like Degs.
Well. It's the Machine Room Podcast. We back, bitches. All of us here together. Machine Room. Hell yeah. Give it up for Hammer of Venus. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. And give it up for me, Nostradamus.
I see what you did there.
Y'all dicks. Y'all dicks. Anyways, I love y'all all the same. And we're here. It is episode 68. And we're live with you. Once again, if you haven't already been following us on Twitch, we're here live Sunday nights. And we love to have you be a part of the show, be in the chat room, just like our boy Cut West, who's happy to be the first. He's always happy to be the first to just say first. And tonight's episode, we're going to touch upon a real serious question. Karens, what are they? Why are they? Who are they? And the hell's going on? Rachel, Karens, what's that about?
A bunch of bitches.
Good night, everybody. Nice.
There we go.
We're good. That was the episode. We're all done. We're all done.
Entitled bitches.
But it's something that has been with us for the longest time. But it's funny because we never called them Karens back in the day. We just called them bitches, right?
Pretty much.
Bitches, untitled bitches, stuck-up bitches, pompous bitches,
Racist bitches.
Racist bitches, mostly, predominantly racist bitches. And it just something that just keeps going on. Cut West says Karen's just bitches that don't get enough dick, alright? And Kens are just motherfuckers that don't get enough pussy. The end.
That's it. That's the episode.
That's it. That's the episode. That's the episode. Karen's is funny when it comes to Karen. Like, was there like the first, not the first person or anything like that, but was there like it was a person named Karen that made it popular? Do people just like the name Karen?
I think it was the way that they used to do like the letters together, so it would be like conniving Karen or something like that, where like they sound like they're the same. I think that's where it came from.
I thought you were about to say it was like an abbreviation or something and shit. Karens, conniving assholes, she devils, enraged.
You can't spell Karen.
I was looking for something for R.
Ratchet.
Everywhere. Nuisance.
No dick.
Something like that. I think we're onto something. But do we have some Karen stories? Do you?
I got a good Ken story.
Oh, a Ken story. We're gonna switch it up. Before I start,
I want to look at Karen's story that I have Facebook, and she has this thing on her story. Can I use your Facebook so she doesn't know it's me, because she knows my name?
oh, so you want to see a story of a Karen you know?
Yeah, I want to see what's in her story.
Luckily, the Money in the Bank match just finished. Well, we're gonna have to go back to that. The main event's about to happen. Well, we got over here. My fiance is about to do some Karen research. It seems. So, go ahead, get your Karen research on. And I guess while she brings that up, what is your Ken story?
Oh, it didn't happen to me. It happened to a manager that I worked
Ooh, let's
with
hear it.
at Best Buy.
Uh huh.
The first Best Buy I worked at in Glendale, California.
Shout outs to
And
Glendale, California.
shout out to, I don't even remember the store number.
Shout out to that Best Buy in Glendale. All
All
right.
there. And this manager that I was real close with named Gary, he's getting yelled at by this guy. He's all in his face, spitting in his face, going, "You motherfuckers, this and that. And I'm going to come here and burn this motherfucker down and blah, 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 blah."
Damn.
And the guy Gary just sat there and took it, and he literally spit in his face. He's like,
Damn.
and then they both kind of stood there. And so I was next to him, and I kind of stood there just in case the guy tried to fight him or something like that. And the guy left the store, and Gary goes into the back of the warehouse where I worked, and I was like, "You know what? You tell me right now, and I'll take this Best Buy shirt off, and I'll go fuck that dude up." He's like, "Thank you, but no, it's all right."
What you reminded me of was the scene in the 40-year-old version when the homeboy was getting his face. The Kevin Hart.
Yes,
Anything?
Kevin Hart. I love that scene.
Anything?
It was a child.
It was a child.
A child, yeah.
Just child pictures.
Mhm.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Do I have? I don't know if I do. There's nothing that really sticks out.
Oh, I totally have a Karen story too, but go ahead.
Hit me.
And I used to work at not Best Buy. I used to work for Subway. I was an assistant manager. And I came into the store, and I worked the night shift by myself. And so the manager was there when I first got in. He's like, "You've got two party subs that are going out. We already put them in the proofer. You just need to bake them and then put them together." And she's coming at like 5 or 6, something like that. I was like, "Okay, I think I can get them done by then."
She's coming at 5 or 6, and she wants it done by 3.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they leave, and I realize that by the time they're baked and everything, I'm not going to have enough time to put them together. And the lady comes to pick them up early, like almost an hour early. And I told her, I'm like, "They're not ready yet. You're early." She goes, "I know I'm early. I just wanted to see if they're ready." I was like, "No, they're not ready." And she starts in on me like, "Well, they better be ready in an hour." I'm like, "I'll do what I can, but there's no promises." So an hour later, of course, they're still not ready. And she just fucking goes in on me. She's like, "You're fucking worthless, and this is a piece of shit store, and blah, blah, blah. These are for a church. Now we have to wait on them because of your arrogance and your ignorance." And she just went
This
off
is
on me.
this is for church.
A church. They were
That's
party
what's
subs for a church, and she was this little old lady.
that's funny. This is for church, and yet she is being very contrary to, I guess, the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, aren't you supposed to be like, "Oh, that's it's okay, hon," blah 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 blah. No, she wanted her shit right now because the Lord demanded it to be so.
The Lord wanted those sandwiches. So she threatens to call the preacher on me. Like, the preacher's gonna come and do something to me. I was like, "Call him up."
Exercise you.
So
You got
in the
some demons in
meantime,
you.
I
Clearly.
called I called in some people that work there that just had the day off, or they had already worked that day. They came in to help me, and so I went in the back, and I'm like tearing up and shit. I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this lady.
Bitch.
And the preacher comes, and he sees how she's acting. He pulls her outside, and I don't know what he said to her, but she never came back in after that. And he was like, "I'm so sorry for her. Um, this was just, we sent her to come pick him up. We didn't know she was gonna act like that." And we're like, "Yeah, okay." And Yeah, that's my story.
That preacher came in and I hope slapped her. Karen, the hell's wrong with you? I'm saying Karen because I don't know what her name
She's
is,
a
but
total Karen.
that preacher, what he should have came in, he's like, I apologize for everything that's going on, but know that she is a necessity because evil, evil is good.
It
Call
was
back to
awful.
call back to Vampire in Brooklyn.
I love that movie.
Evil. Yeah, that was like, and there was no need for that. Look, I understand there's some things that don't go your way, and you want to just maybe you just had a very bad day, like when I got pissed off that Dunkin' Donuts fucked up my order or whatever, and in my head I had this vision of me just taking my shit and just throwing it over the counter and making a big fuss about it. But did I do it? No.
No, because you're a
'Cause
rational adult.
yes, that's why I come home, I go into video games, and I release my frustration on there. When I used to work customer service and I hated people, I would come home, play GTA
Yes.
5, which, still exists today, and freaking just wreak havoc on San Andreas, right? No. Los Santos? I don't know what fucking city.
Los
But,
Santos.
anyways, I would play that and release everything because I'm not gonna do it in real life. And over there, I had a whole bunch of like Kens and Karens and shit like that who were all mad that their trucks is not there on time when they're moving out at the end of the month and things are scheduled and people don't bring back the shit on time. But hey, that's what you get for moving at that time period. You should have like maybe planned it out mid month or something like that.
Something like that.
I'm just saying. But I get it. It's just they go on, and it seems like over the years we're capturing them more and more. Like I just saw a video where this one woman like push the person recording, and she's like, "You saw that she attacked me," and then that Karen just like flat out just started bawling, crying, saying, "No, I didn't," and started playing the victim. The
Yeah,
funniest
that's
part
the
is
one
when
that
they
I
play
saw.
the yeah, they played the victim. That's the funniest kind of shit. Oh, and I saw this other video. This guy was just telling a story, so it wasn't an actual thing shown, but he was telling a story of how he works security at a store, grocery store, let's say. And this one person was saying like this cashier, she was giving out free products. She was stealing, she was
Oh,
cheating, she was
wow.
just giving out free products. And he was like, the security guy was like, okay, I'll do some investigation. So he started looking at camera footage and blah blah blah, and he sees nothing. He sees nothing going on. Everything's being scanned. Everything, the cashier is doing very well. He goes up to the cashier and asks her, is like, hey, we're hearing, we got some word that you were giving things away freely, and it was by this person. And then that cashier started crying, saying like, oh, that person is a neighbor and we just moved in, and he's been on us, and he's really been on our case. Her husband's black, so they're a mixed couple with a mixed kid, and that he just had it out for her or whatever. So he's like, oh, okay.
Wow.
So then he starts watching the cameras when that customer is there, and he started noticing that that customer was walking out with the free stuff while being served by her, so kind of to set her up. So then he informed the local police and then told the employee, the cashier, like, hey, what are you doing Monday? You off? I want you to be outside your home, you, your husband, and your child, and just be out there. Have a good day and just be outside. She's like, why? He's like, just do it. And that on that day, they were outside, and that the neighbor called the cops. But when they came, it wasn't because of why he called them. It was because they came to get him because he stole like over $1,000 worth of merchandise trying to
Wow.
frame the cashier person. So There you go. That's a Ken in action. So far we've been touching upon Kens, but it's the same thing. Kens, Karens, and my fiance over here apparently has a story of a Karen.
Let me fucking tell you.
Put her on the mic.
Mad.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, I'll just move the mic.
I'm too far.
Yeah, well, this thing doesn't get everything. All right, go ahead. Tell us your Karen experience.
You gotta put her on camera.
Ooh,
I don't look cute enough for that right now. Hold on, no, I really can't with this shirt because it shows exactly where I work,
mhm,
and this is about work, and
mhm.
it's
Just your
pretty
face.
well known
I put like a picture of her right there.
right there.
So go ahead.
So I work at a pretty popular clinic in Chicago for animals. It's pretty low cost. And this lady came in to pick up her cats late, mind you, and kept saying that she was told the price would be different. So she was screaming already when I went up there. Um, I printed out the emails that we had talked back and forth about what the pricing would be. She reiterated what the receptionist told her, which I'm like, based on what you just said, your total is gonna be this, not what you said, which is what your total is. And she was so mad, she was screaming. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Give me what you can afford. I'll send you a link for payment for the rest. She's like, I'm never paying that, blah, blah. I'm like, it's going to go to collection. She's like, well, I'll contest it or whatever. I'm like, I don't care. Just pay me and leave. She gave me the card. She said I snatched the card from her hand. She started screaming at me, cursing at me. I charged your card. She's like, I'm not signing that. You better just put an X on the thing, blah, blah, blah. So then I put the card on the desk for her to grab it. And she's like, this is bullshit. You're gonna hand me the card in my hand. And earlier, like 2 seconds before, she was like, I gotta go. You guys are taking too long. My kid's in the car. And I just saw her Facebook, her stories. It's a little child. I'm like, who was with that child? Did you leave that child by itself? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
And she was like, you're gonna hand me the card. I don't care who fucking gives me the card. Someone's gonna fucking hand me the card. So it was there for like 2 minutes because I was putting my notes in about the conversation. And she just kept cursing. I'm like, you know what? You're gonna have to leave. Just leave. I grabbed the card, grabbed it, and she was like maybe like 10 feet away. I took it to her. I'm like, you're gonna have to leave. Like, just leave. And I gave it to her, and she's like, you better step the fuck back. You are not 6 feet away from me. I'm like, you just fucking asked me to fucking get up and give you the fucking card.
Wow.
She's like, I'm not wearing a vest, a mask. You're not 6 feet away from me. Oh my fucking god. It is so fucking annoying. I want to punch her. I was fucking red. I was fuming. Like, I wanted to punch you. I wanted to punch her.
You should have punched her.
I should have punched.
You should have.
But like, you told me what you thought the pricing was gonna be, which with basic math was what your total was. So what the fuck? I'm like, I have communications with you that say the pricing. I literally have emails that say that you know what it is. And I'm sorry, but our prices are set, so literally everyone gets the exact same prices if they qualify for a discount. So why would they tell you something fucking different?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, I trust my employee more than I trust you. Because you're a dumbass. And I looked at her Facebook and she lost 2 dogs and never found them.
Oh my god.
And that was just like a couple months ago. Oh, and she said, oh, I'll pay anything in my dog's back. I'm like, yeah? Would you pay anything in your cat's back? I should have just kept them.
You kept their cats?
No, I wish.
Oh.
We're taking him to the 3 pound. But I wanted to punch her because she was screaming. There was clients in the lobby. She was cursing, screaming, and everything. I'm like, dude, just fucking leave.
What is that makes people go that crazy?
Because they think they can get their way if they just throw a little tantrum. Because that is how they were as children. They got their fucking way when they threw tantrums.
It's true. That's like the same thing with that girl in Victoria's Secret. They were saying that she must have acted like that her whole life, and when she, has a temper tantrum and she gets her way, and somebody put her on video and she got mad because now everybody can call her out on her bullshit and see that they're lying.
Her legs were shaking and
Yeah.
everything was
Oh my
ridiculous.
god.
And then she's like, get away from me, get away from me. And then actively throws herself
Running after.
at. Or like, come on, what? What? Like, I'm sure there was more to that video, but the fact that she had the audacity to throw her crocodile tears and throw a whole ass fit is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she knew she was caught, and I think that's what so many of these Karens do on video. Once they get caught, then they start crying and they start trying to call the cops and shit like that to make it look like the other person did something.
Mm-hmm.
But she got caught on camera though.
Yeah, that was the
That
whole
was the
point.
funniest
Because
part.
if you watch it, like right at the beginning, she tries to hit her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she like matrix dodges it, and then she starts crying because she got caught.
She's trying to pull one of those like wrestling kind of stuff where they hit him with the chair and then act like they didn't, but they did. Like that. She tried
Everything has to go back to wrestling.
to pull. It does. She tried to pull an Eddie Guerrero, and
But-
she wasn't really good at it.
Did you guys hear it like towards the end, like the part 2 of the video? The associate is like, I can help whoever next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just totally ignored that all that shit's going on.
She's like,
on
I
the
don't
floor.
get paid enough for this shit.
She's all on the floor pretending she fainted. I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, she slowly drops herself. Uh-huh.
And magically lands right on her purse for her head.
Ridiculous.
It's bullshit. Then there was that lady that was in like Central Park in New York, and she's like choking the shit out of her dog, and she's saying that the lady assaulted her and her dog, and she needs the police out there. I mean, that's weaponizing the police. We know there are many videos, other different videos, where the cops will fucking kill people. So I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to call the police and make it look like they're playing the victim, so they can weaponize the police.
Get them to do the job.
Yeah.
Smart. But why?
You're gonna sit like that.
Why are they doing this? It makes no sense. Like I don't see. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess they just aim for it and want it, but I don't see the point of it. And the only thing I couldn't think of, I mean, I'm sure I had many moments. There was one at freaking U-Haul where the guy was getting all up in my coworker's face, and the same kind of issue, like, where's this truck? I need it right now, and just getting in her face. And I told her, like, dude, you need to calm down. You see the schedule here? Yours is scheduled at this time, but those people haven't brought it yet. When we get something, we'll give it to you. You just have to. But it's like there's no need to come at somebody. Like, we have no control over what's happening. We're just there for the service and trying to help you out, and we have no control over what happens once it's out of there. Another instance, and this was a Ken instance, really, was a father with a kid, and that was at the Halloween store. Huh?
You're cutting out.
Why am I cutting out?
I don't know, like every other word gets cut out.
That shouldn't happen. It shouldn't. I mean, right here it sounds fine. Am I good?
Yeah, you sound good.
Alright, so I'm trying to figure out how to talk here. It feels like I'm far away, right? Because the camera was playing.
Somebody clip that.
Hold on. So, am I good?
Yep.
So, he's coming back. This is a seasonal store. No returns. No return, no exchanges. Just whatever you buy, it's what is it? All sales are final.
Yep.
So all sales are final. Jesus Christ. Alright, she showed me a meme. So all sales are final, and this guy comes. It's like towards the end, You know, most people are like buying last minute. He gets a mask. He's like, I don't want this mask. Can I return it? Blah blah blah. It don't fit. Whatever. And my coworker, once again, and this is the thing that really pissed me off because it's a male going off on a female. He's like, she's like, no, I'm sorry, sir. All sales are final. It's like, well, then what the fuck am I supposed to do with this, huh? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this mask? Blah blah blah. And she's like, sir, I'm sorry, but all sales are final. We could probably exchange it. You know, she was trying to be nice and said, like, we could probably exchange it for something, blah blah. But it's whatever we still have. He's like, what the fuck am I, blah blah. He's doing all this. There's a line, so people are witnessing this. They're waiting for this. I'm handling whoever I could handle to, and he has this kid with him, a little kid experiencing all this. So seeing his father going off on this woman, right? So he's witnessing his father doing this, you know, and as a child, you're, you know, being taught shit, you know,
Yeah.
seeing like, oh, my
That's
dad,
okay.
this is how, yeah, this is how my dad is reacting to this, and probably learning from that. And then he throws the mask to her face, and that's when everybody's like, oh, you know, and then the people in the crowd's like, hey, just get out of here, blah blah. And I got another coworker, and this guy is ready to come and beat this guy's ass, and I had to push him back. We had to tell that guy to get the fuck out the store. We were telling our coworkers, like, dude, once he gets out the store, then you can do whatever you want, but just, you know, nothing in here. And everybody just telling him to get out, get out. And he's like, fuck, blah blah. He just threw the mask and walked out with his kid.
Wow.
She when it went to the back room, and she busted out freaking crying. We're trying to console her. Homeboy is pissed off. He wants to go beat his ass, and it was just, it's for nothing, you know. It's, and what blew our minds is the fact that he's acting this way, and he has his child and shit like that, and it's a grown ass man, and why are you doing this? And it's just ridiculous, you know. And
Yeah.
I think it's just a person who, and it's always about money. It's always like in her instance, that woman was complaining about money, you know. And this guy must have been the same thing. He's complaining about money. He spent whatever, most likely for his child, and then wasn't working that way, or probably was like, oh, I'll return it, and didn't have his way, you know. It, that's your fault. I mean, you should have thought
Yep.
about that, you know, to deal with that and spend the money, or whatever. You had the option, you know, and in her case too, like, that person had the option, you know. You want to take care of your pet, then this is what you're gonna have to pay, you know. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
do the deed. It's like a child too, you know. So it's always about money. It's always about money. For some people, it's about money. For other people, it's not about money. It's just about the convenience or something. You know, like,
I,
it's an inconvenience, so
yeah.
they go that extra mile. You know, and they feel entitled to everything.
Yeah.
When it comes to a race kind of thing, that's just stupid.
It's just blatant racism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, with the lady with the dog in Central Park, she was doing that because the other person was black. The girl at Victoria's Secret, she probably did that because the other person was black.
I
They
remember
think,
one involved the dog as well, and she threw the dog at him.
oh my God.
Did you ever see that one?
I
Like,
don't think so.
this chick had like a small dog and is just talking and like following this dude, and he's recording her, and she's all saying shit, this and that. She seemed like off too, like on drugs or something, but she still seemed there, so who knows. And then she threw the dog at him, and the dog's like whining. He grabbed the dog, like, the hell's wrong with you? And then he fucking ended up taking the dog because how she treated it, and she basically didn't give a shit and just left it at that.
That's awful. I'd have
The
beat her
fuck?
ass for fucking up a dog.
That gives you the fucking legal right to go John Wick on her.
Yeah.
At that point, that gives you the legal right to go John Wick. It's ridiculous, man, and it's just it's something that happens to everyone for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine. I mean, at the airport, I don't have to deal with people. I'm just out there. But I can imagine what people deal with up there.
Oh, like at the booths and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, at the check-ins and all that stuff. Like I
Yeah.
can imagine, and people are just going off, and you know, I can understand if you got a lost bag or something like that. Like I can understand. No matter how much you bitch and complain about it, it's not gonna bring that bag back. I mean,
No.
you left from here to fucking New York and your bag's still here. I'm sorry, your bag is still here. You're gonna have to fucking deal. It's an inconvenience. It sucks, but shit happens. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
You're still alive. Fucking plane didn't crash. Just try to make it out of New York, come back and stuff.
I
But
think that should be like the motto of all these Karens and Kens. This shit happens. Like if people learn to let shit go and not bother them, then there wouldn't be these people.
true that. But they just feel like they need to. I don't know, man. And it's also it's what's even crazier to think about it is it's all about perspective and opinion, right? So to us, we're like these people are fucking crazy. What the fuck is wrong with this person? But to them, they're like this motherfucker's fucking crazy. What the fuck's wrong with this person? They feel like they're right.
Yeah, they do. And again, it goes back to entitlement. There is white privilege and stuff like that, and I understand that. And they're trying to take white privilege and just write it to the end of the earth, thinking that it's going to it's going to give them everything that they want. But it's not like that, and people are finally starting to realize it. And then when they catch them on camera, then they freak out worse. They like double down.
Yeah. What's funny? What's funny is that our story doesn't involve a white person. It's a person of color.
Oh wow.
Both of our stories, right?
What?
Your story involved a person of color, not a white person.
Yep.
Yeah, mine's as well involved a person of color, not a white person.
See, it can happen from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But so many of the Karens and Kens that you see are white, though. Like the majority of them are.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that not everybody can go irate, which is true. But I think the majority of them are Caucasian people.
When it comes to a big racist kind of way, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because you barely ever see anything like that. What we were involved in was just money. There's a money
Yeah.
issue, and they're like, man, fuck this, I'm blah blah blah, fuck this, blah blah blah. That was a money issue. When it comes to, or I feel, in my opinion, when it comes to uh, the white Karens and Kens, it's just a convenience issue or an entitlement issue, and even more so a race issue that's like just horrible. It could be the other person is doing a great service, but they're just like, oh, the fuck this person, and their minds just switches, and it's a different kind of perspective. And that's what's the crazy part, because all of us see a kind of different perspective. It's the whole like theory of there's many sides to a story. And it's kind of like the Kira Kurosawa movie where Roshaman, I think it is, where this person sees this murder happen, and the whole movie is just all the people involved in that situation telling their side of the story. Or like in another case, the movie Hero with Jet Li. Once again, everybody telling their side of the story. Everybody had a different perspective of how their story go. So in the case of these Karens and Kens, we're telling our story, but what's crazy is that their side of the story is totally completely different, where we're seen as the villain.
Yeah.
you know and then you have a third party, and you see something else, and now we have cameras that really like capture these moments, but these cameras can also tell a perspective of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also the camera doesn't lie.
The camera does not lie.
The
Yes.
camera's not going to make some shit up. The camera's going to show you exactly what happened. And I think that's what pisses so many of these people off that get caught, because now they're in the spotlight acting like that, and they know they're acting like that, and again they double down instead of trying to like be like, you know what, I'm sorry, because none of them ever do that. none of
Can
them
you
ever
imagine?
None of them ever stop and go, you know what, I'm acting crazy, I better stop.
You know
Like,
what?
remember
My bad.
remember the Twisted Tea guy? That was a racial incident.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dude hit him in the face with the Twisted Tea can.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
never at any point did that guy stop and apologize.
And then that fucking drink like popped off for a while there, became freaking big.
Oh yeah, I see the commercials all the time for it.
Yeah, they should have just used that as a commercial. They should have made a commercial parodying that and got that guy. And he could have been selling Twisted Tea like
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
I mean, he made me freaking drink one, and I never even like considered it. Did I like it? No, not really. I didn't really like it. So Twisted Tea don't endorse us.
Give us money.
Give us money. Well, fuck it, man. Endorse us. Yeah, it's fuck it. You know, I'll freaking Twisted Tea like crazy. The
I'll
one
slap
time,
somebody in the face.
the other time that I got like some kind of fucking ken from a white person, I guess, was this Polish guy who said that I was racist to Polish because I wouldn't serve him the propane. I wouldn't fill up his propane tank right away. And there were people in line. It was really busy. I had to take care of them. I told him, like, sir, you know, you just wait your turn. I'll get right to you. Let me just take care of these people. Because, you know, it was a line. I'm not going to have him cut the line just because he's, you know, impatient.
Right.
He's like, oh, John, you don't care, blah, blah. He went inside and then he came back out and left. And then later I heard that he went inside and said, like, that guy out there, he's racist against Polish people. He said that.
Did you
And
know
then,
he was Polish?
And he was like straight Polish. Like, I'm talking about accent and all, you know? And then this other guy came out and I was taking care of him. I was handing him the vehicle. And he said, like, hey, man, I saw that guy came inside and he said that, look, that guy's an asshole, right? I'm Polish, but that guy's like real Polish, and they're fucking dicks. So I know you're not racist against us. It's just that guy's a fucking asshole. It's all good, blah blah. So I was like, all right, cool, man. I know he was just like blah blah. It was a funny experience, but it's one of those like you see that kind of moment. It's also something that we're witnessing now every day too, because there's the white people seeing these Karens and Kens acting. They're like, man, yo, that person doesn't speak for us, and that person's crazy, you know, blah blah blah. And that's what they're dealing with, and it's something that we all have to fucking. It's like me when it came to the Puerto Rican festival we just had, or parade we just had. We didn't have a festival. We had the Puerto Rican parade, and then you know people start partying all day, and then at the end of the night, people got pulled out of a car and they got shot. You know,
wow.
And it's always something like that. Every year is some gunfire with some gunshots and someone getting shot or someone getting killed at these things. That's why I don't even get involved in it anymore. But these are people like partying like even over like at night. You know, this thing happened at night. The story is that they like bumped into some car. Some interaction was going on. They came at them. They were pulling out the driver, which was the girlfriend. The boyfriend had a gun, and he tried to like pull her in. But when they pulled her out, he fell out, and his gun popped off and shot her. And thus everybody who was pulling them out like freaked out and ran off. But there was some guy there that he had a gun while walking by. And when the gun went off, of course, they were in self-defense. And this guy just, like, freaking shot off and then executed the boyfriend right there over the girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
All that happened. All right? It's something that even I saw the video and it still haunts me to the day. And it just pisses me off that my people do this. Cut to last week where this one guy at work come by and he's like, look at this. Look at my people right here. And it's like Italian. It's like, look at my Italian people. Look, this was right here in Harlem, blah, blah, blah. They're like, look, they're all partying, nothing happened, we're all good, no one got shot, and I took some offense. I was like, dude, whoa, hold on, look, we're Puerto Ricans, we can talk about it. Don't you come over here and be like, look at my people, we ain't killing each other, kind of shit. Like,
Right.
we're ashamed. We're like, we hate this. We're ashamed of it. But I don't want you coming over here and be like, look at my people, we ain't killing shit. It's like a white person come by, like, look at my people, we ain't killing each other in the hood. Like, come on, don't do that. So yeah.
Yeah, tell that to people that live in a trailer park. There's like fights and shit all the time.
Is there a fight club? Is there a hidden fight club?
Trailer park fight club.
Is there what were they called? From Snatched.
The Pikeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like dykes.
Like digs.
You like dykes? Oh, dogs. Yeah, I like dykes.
Same kind of shit.
But yeah, so the world's all fucked up, and we're dealing with shit. It's perspective. It means a perspective. I never thought about that you said, like, her that lady at the Victoria's Secret, like her defense mechanism or whatever, her condition was to overreact to get her way as a child. I never thought about that, because logically, you grow up, you get out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I cried a bit. I cried when I was a kid. Would I have a tantrum? A little, but like as I grew, I got out of that. Then as I grew into a teenager, I like stopped even crying. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get out of that stuff, and I never.
Did you ever used to hear this growing up? If you started to act like that, then they're like, you better stop or I'll give you something to cry about.
Oh, yeah. Everybody says that.
That shit'll make you stop.
But some kids need to get their ass whooped. We went to a Target, and there was like this family coming in, and this freaking young teenage boy, just the father was walking out, and they seem a little trailer parkish. And this father's walking out, and then the teen comes and tries to pull his pants down. Technically, he does, right? And then he starts like, ha 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 ha, yeah, blah blah. He's like, dude. And then the father was just like, turning around, was like, you see this kid, he's a little piece of shit, man. You see what he does to me. And then the kids are like, you're a piece of shit, blah blah. And we're all witnessing this, like, what the fuck? Like, at that point, we gave him the right to just go beat that little kid's ass.
Oh yeah.
Like, how is that kid gonna do that to him, and especially publicly? And then I was more surprised that he didn't do anything. That the father was all like, "Whoa, come on, man, what the hell, blah blah." Like any other father would be like, "Come over here, you little piece of shit," and then just beat the shit out of him, or something.
Yeah.
Like I've seen parents go ham on kids in public because they just too out of control. Like, that kid deserved to get his ass whooped. I'm just saying, like. I've seen I've seen a kid get his ass whooped, and I felt like he didn't deserve that. I mean, he was supposed to be home. He wasn't home. He was with me. Mom came, and he's all like, "Hey, mama," and she was like, "Get your ass over here," and just started beating his ass in front of me. I'm on the gate of my house, and I'm just like watching this, and then I just slowly backed up into my house and closed the door and looked out the window and just see it continue. Get your ass over here. Get in the car. I'm like, damn, dude. That was messed up. It was awkward, and I didn't feel like she needed to beat his ass like that in public. Like, get your ass in the car. She just got his ass in the car, took him home, then beat his ass up against their fence and shit. Not my fence right there publicly. Like, what the hell's wrong? The fuck was that about?
I agree.
But then they do something like that, and I don't know what happened to that kid. I hope he didn't grow up and like join the gang or something like that, because when he was around that time, he did join a little gang. They had a little bike gang.
Oh shit.
It was stupid. There were two of them, and they called themselves based on like hip hop groups. So one was the Rough Riders, I think. The other one was the Cash Money No Limit Cash Money Millionaire or something like that. Stupid shit. Fucking kids and bikes out there trying to be like Sons of Anarchy and shit.
Hell yeah. That's how we were growing up in the trailer park. We had bike gangs.
Oh shit. That's crazy, man. They should have had like little vests. Nah, fuck
Oh
no. They
yeah.
had little vests. I probably would have joined one of them and shit.
Any excuse to wear a vest.
Let me get a vest. Like the Warriors or whatnot. I got
Yeah.
chased. They weren't a bike gang, but they were like a gang of like girls chased me in the bike. They weren't a gang. They were like all family, but they like I'm just
Oh,
saying like they
wow.
were together. They were a gang and they fucking just chased me in the bike. Little ass kid. These girls were like a little bit older and shit, and they chased me. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm like, God damn. Just running for my life. Ran home.
What did you do to them?
I forgot, man. I know they were related to someone I knew, and she was like one of my girlfriends at that time. We were like little ass kids, so is that really girlfriend? Really? I don't know what it was, and they were mad at me for some shit. They chased after me.
Fucked up. Don't fuck
But
with
even as a
girls.
kid, I was like, the fuck was that about? Like, you guys were old as shit. Why you chasing a little ass kid for? That was stupid.
We had some
Yeah.
girls like that come to my house and was beating on the door, and they're like, "Come outside, we're gonna beat your ass," and blah blah blah. And so we called the cops, and the cops showed up. And they're like, "You called the cops on a bunch of little girls?" I was like, "They're mean.
Hell yeah, you don't know these little girls.
They're mean as hell."
You don't know these little girls at all. Dro over here was like Naz was like the Homer Simpson gift where he disappeared into the hedge. Exactly. That's how it was. I disappeared right into my home. Dro also said, "How would you two deal with John Wick if you saw him go full Ken on a family member?"
I don't think John Wick would ever go Ken.
Nah, man, that guy actually has what's the word I'm looking for? He's a gentleman.
Yes.
That man's a gentleman. Like John Wick would blow your brains out, but he's a gentleman. Just don't fuck with him. That's it. That's it.
He would do it nicely.
He's just someone that doesn't want to be bothered. You just cool with him. That's it. I can relate to that. Like that's how it is in life. You just cool with me, we good. Whatever. You fuck me over, then I'm gonna want to go and shoot my way to you, fucking kill you. I'm not gonna do it, but I want to.
That's the difference between psycho and functioning psycho. A
Yes.
functioning psycho thinks about it, but they don't do it. But a psycho will do it. That's why we have all these Kens and Karens, is because they don't have that ability to turn that shit off in their brain and go, should I hit this motherfucker? No, I shouldn't. I'm just gonna go home.
The
But they don't.
scariest thing is a Ken and Karen that does have a weapon. You remember the time when they were just like doing the Black Lives Matter and there was that old couple outside their house with freaking like AK-47s or whatever and pistols and just point at them like don't get near here whatever, and they're just like what the fuck, we're just walking by and shit.
This lady threatened to pull a gun on me when I was out walking my dogs one day. My big dog wasn't on a leash because I've taught her to just walk with me. And she got excited because she saw somebody new, and she goes over to all wagging her tail and trying to meet this nice lady. And the lady goes, "If you don't get your dog away from me, I'm gonna shoot her."
And pulled
And
a
I was
gun
like,
on you guys?
"Excuse me?" Yeah, she had a gun on her hip. And I was like, "Good God, what the fuck is wrong with you?" It's a dog. She didn't mean any harm. She just wanted to say hi. She wasn't being aggressive. She just walked up to her and she threatened to shoot her.
And this is why we need gun control.
It's true.
Because somebody can just whip it out on your pet. That's stupid. That's stupid as fuck.
I'd have went to jail that day if she would have done something.
I mean, come on. An animal, really? Stupid as hell. You can't I don't know. It's scary. You know? It's scary. It's also
scary.
funny though. It's very funny though watching these videos of Karens going at it, getting caught. It's entertaining. And you could have a full 24/7 channel of just that
Just
being
Karen.
just that being shown, and Karen's gone wild. I think they did a joke about that shit. Karen's gone wild, and you're just watching that going off and off and on. Always funny, but it
Well,
never makes any sense.
I've been following the story about the lady in Victoria's Secret, and she's trying to get a lawyer and stuff like that because the cops and the security guards didn't do anything, and they showed up way late, and the lady's, chasing after her and trying to hit her and all this shit.
What did she expect to be done? What was the crime? What happened? You know what I'm saying?
She was almost assaulted. That's even threatening to hit somebody is like assault.
Okay, we're talking about the person in the camera or the person on the floor, like being a victim.
The person on the that was holding the camera. I've been
Okay,
following
well,
her
okay.
story.
All right. Then that, yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about homegirl on the floor. Like I thought she
Oh
was trying to
no,
do
fuck
some
that bitch.
lawsuit or something like that.
No, not her. I don't give a
Oh,
fuck
okay.
about her.
So the person in the camera then was talking about how no one there helped. Well, and that, I mean, yeah, true. This reminds me of a joke I just heard because I watched the stand up of Tom Segura. Oh no, Tom Segura, right? Hilarious guy, and he was talking about how he loves seeing these like racist kind of fights happening, whatever. But here's the thing, right? If a white person gets attacked or whatever, the other white people around look and they're just like, oh shit, I don't care. I'm gonna see how this plays out, But if a person
Right.
of color gets attacked, another person of color is gonna see this like, oh shit, I'm gonna help this out because we the same peoples and whatnot. And also, then white people will also help a person of color because of guilt. So, I guess in that sense of that freaking store, like, I mean, I would be that way too. I'll just be like, damn, that's crazy, and just watching this, and then like Rosia said, like the person's like, I can help the next person in line, just move along,
Yeah.
you know, just moving along. Though someone in the store should have just got the lady and be like, all right, you need to get out of here because you're disrupting business, making a scene, like take it outside kind of shit. I've seen a video where these people were just duking it out at the not Bed Bath and Beyond, it's the other one. The one where you get just fragrances and soaps and lotions and shit.
God, my brain is frozen.
You know what I'm talking about. It sounds like Bed Bath and Beyond, but it's not Bed Bath and Beyond. Or is it Bed Bath and Beyond?
No.
You know, Bath and Body Works.
That's it.
That's the one. Yeah, these lady was duking it out with an employee there, and it was just like total chaos. And I just find it hilarious because it's like this is Bath and Body Works, and there's like a whole fucking brawl happening right here. Like this is the last place you expect something like that.
Yeah.
But those people are actually like, well, because I guess like an employee was involved, so they actually was like, you need to get out, blah blah, and all that shit. But that lady is kind of right. In Victoria's Secret, they should have like got the woman and been like, all right, well, you need to step outside, or they could have been kind of like cautious about it because of the woman, and they were like, oh, she's gonna like fucking like flip this around on us or some shit like that.
I had a
Put your hands on
another
me and whatnot.
I had a Ken episode at when I worked for Walmart last year where this guy comes up to me and he just kind of stood there for a second and didn't say anything. I'm like, "Can I help you?" He goes, "Yeah." Um, what did he ask for? Um, Pool testers, the little tester strips where you test
The
the
pool.
levels in the swimming pool. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he asked me, he just goes pool cleaner or not cleaner, pool testers, and I'm like, what? Like, what about him? And then he got all mad. He's like, you should know what that means. No, you're not using a complete sentence. Did you want to know where they are? If we have them in stock? And he just goes off on me. He's like, you should know, and blah, 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 and I'm fucking tired of this, and blah, 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 and I shouldn't have to ask you what it is, and what. I was like, dude, I just wanted to know,
What you talking
specific,
about?
what you're talking about. And I told him where they were, and then he goes over to this guy that worked under me, and he goes, I'm not listening to her. Can you tell me where they are? Because I don't believe anything that she says. And so he took him over to where I pointed him to, and I told him that they were out of stock. And then the guy that worked for me goes over there and goes, yeah, they're out of stock. And I was like, see, I'm not lying to you. And then he just goes, blah, 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 blah. Anytime I
Yeah, he
try to
said that.
talk, yeah, anytime I tried to talk, he would be like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, excuse me? Blah, 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 blah. And he did that until I was like, dude, you need to go. You need to get out of here. And he was like an older guy, like probably in his 50s or 60s, something like that, acting like a child.
That's freaking hilarious. It's not hilarious that it happened to you, but it's hilarious that it's fucking something that happened. The man is grown up. Grown up.
Grown ass man.
Acting like a little child. Especially reacting that way. Was it be and that's what you do. You just smoke one after that.
Call
You
it a
should have
day.
done that. You should have just been like, that's dude, I told you they were sold out. And just smoked it right in front of his face.
I never saw him again because if I saw him again, I was gonna fucking go off. But then anytime I tried to say anything, he's
That's when you just gotta leave it be. You know, you leave it be. You are like, I'll just walk away and just let the universe handle it.
see, and again, that's what a rational adult does. Let me just walk away, get away from this person. I'm never gonna see him again, and that's the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But these other people, they like, I think that's a problem with the opposite side of these Karen and Ken encounters, is these people stick around. It's like, granted, these people are acting like that, and they may be racist or they may be prejudiced or whatever their problem is, but just get away from them.
I think they wake up and they're just like, let's see what I can get away with today. Let's see who I can fuck over today.
We've got all the people here in my condo complex. They're all a bunch of tattletales, so now I'm afraid to do anything like have my dogs off a leash, or they don't even like if you speed through the complex, stuff like that. They'll rat you out. So now we have all these little tattletale Karens.
That's fucking stupid.
I think the point is mind your own business.
That's what I was about to say. Like, why do people just mind their own business? It's straight up. Like, I'm cracking up because you say this and then you take a puff and it's like, you know,
It makes it more dramatic.
yes, way more dramatic. Now you just gotta do one like Andrew Dice Clay or something. And
Yes.
just grow the fuck up. Oh, by the way, I try to listen because I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast with Quentin Tarantino, and there was this one part where they talked about Andrew Dice Clay and how that last one, whatever, was like, you can just tell people were leaving and it was just whatever, and it was funny for it being like awful. I'm like, let me listen to some Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah, that shit didn't age well.
No, it does not. I went back and tried to watch some old Andrew Dice Clay that I used to think was funny when I was like a little kid, like 11 or 12.
Uh-huh.
It's the most homophobic, transphobic, women-hating garbage.
Yeah.
And same thing with Sam Kinison. Like, he's always revered as this great comic, and if you listen to his shit, he's so fucking homophobic.
Oh man, I can't go back and do that then. I love Sam Kinison. We called this one employee at work Sam Kinison. He went through a phase. He was like, first he looked like Chucky. Like, he looked like Chucky if the dude went into Chucky, and then Chucky was brought to life. You know, so
Ah,
that's what he looked. He looked like Chucky brought to life. And also, I mentioned like he's like Sam Kinison. He got that hair like Sam Kinison too, a little bit chubby like him and shit like that. Look at Sam Kinison, and he won't stop fucking talking. He just talks, talks and talks and talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. At a point, you just gotta try to dodge him because he would just fucking keep talking.
exactly.
I can't stand that. Good kid though. Definitely gonna be some manager someplace in the future because those are usually the ones that go up in the team. You know what I'm saying? Danny said the snitches at apartment I used to call them Infragard, which was a government-supported citizen spy program, and it was paid job. Fucking Jesse Ventura over here.
Exactly.
Over here, we used to have. Apparently, I guess not anymore. A lot of people move in and out of this place, but we used to have someone who would always, cause you're not the back of this location is just for people who live here, right? So you just park there and whatever. Um, all the parking spots are not filled up though, you know. But you know when people have anybody over, whatever, they'll let them park in the back and shit like that. You know, it's just convenient. We even asked the agency. It's like would anybody get told they go back there? It's like, well, technically yes, but only if we're told, really. You know, so like we don't care as long as we're told. But be careful because there's someone there who do be calling. And yeah, we used to have someone here who would be calling and shit like that and
Wow.
bitching about it and whatnot. And it's like, why? Like there was always parking spots, but I think it was like when you took like their parking spot because no one has an assigned parking spot. But when you took their, I think that's when they make something, or they just wanted to fucking be a dick and be about it. It's like, this car doesn't belong here. Let me call in. Like, why? You know, I understand if the car was there for like a whole week and nothing was done. You know, then you make a big deal about it. It's like, yo, what the fuck? This car doesn't belong here. But for someone to just stay over like a night or something, come on.
I stayed the night at my friend's house one night because I was having issues with my roommate. And I was like, I just need somewhere to crash. So I stayed at my friend's house, slept on his couch, and it was the same thing. Like, they didn't have assigned parking,
Mm-hmm.
they just had random parking. And so I didn't know I was taking somebody's spot because they weren't assigned. Anybody could park there.
Yeah.
So I come out in the morning, and my friend's there, and he's like, somebody slashed your tires. I was like, are you
What?
fucking kidding me? And sure enough, they stabbed them. Just one, I think. It was just one tire. So I had to call my boss, have him come get me and the tire, and then go to like discount tire and get another one because somebody threw a fit that I was in their spot.
See, that just kind of defeats the purpose too. Like, oh, they're in my spot. I'm gonna cut their tires. You just like fucking position them in your spot for a longer period of time.
Exactly. Now I'm stuck there because
What
you're
the
a
fuck?
dick.
That defeats the purpose. You know, a real fucking petty move would have been like, oh, I'm gonna get my own tow truck shit, come and tow that motherfucker out of there and put
Yeah.
it like, or do like Superman did in Man of Steel. Remember, that fucking
With the
guy pissed him off,
logs.
so he threw what logs through the truck or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a bunch of toothpicks.
and something like that. But that's just stupid. And trust me, like and once again, this would separates us from them. Something like that happened to us, we would have that in our heads, and joke about it like, I'm gonna fucking slash this motherfucker's tires.
Yeah.
Do we do it? No. Because one, why bother? And two, you're gonna get it stuck there. That's one thing. You
It's the
should do
dumbest
like
it's the dumbest thing to fucking slash somebody's tires.
what you should do is what Jim Carrey did in Me, Myself, and Irene. Just piss in his gas tank.
Yeah. Fuck a watermelon.
That's what it should do. And what you guys should do is continue to listen to us, continue to come to us, and also avoid all Kens and Karens.
I think if you don't feel safe, if a person like that is putting you in an unsafe situation, then definitely get it on camera because it's the only form of what's the word I'm looking for?
Proof,
Um, yeah, proof, but
documentation,
yeah, but it also kind of secures that
security.
this person should possibly try to act right, but you know, 9 times out of 10, just get out of the situation. Just remove yourself. The person will eventually leave and it'll be okay. But definitely, if you don't feel safe, get them on camera, call the cops, be the adult, and don't give these people any power.
It, I was just thinking as you were saying all that, how when someone gets caught on camera, you know how like everybody's acting cool, but once they're on camera, it's just like they get like really nervous,
Yeah.
and it's either they stop, freeze, or they just panic and they just get worse. And that's usually what happens is that they panic and they get worse, or they
Yep.
just go to this move like, oh, I'm being recorded, so fuck you, and they just calling you names and trying to attack you because it's like, it's gun ho, it's live or die and shit mode and fuck it mode and shit like that. Like I'm already on camera.
Accountability. That's the word I was looking for.
There you go, accountability. I know your dog helped you right there. I heard a little. You're
Yeah,
like
they're going
accountability.
ham.
That's right. So we live in a generation that everything is filmed, and in reality TV, our reality is also reality TV. We just watch it.
Yep.
Everybody's reality going on. So keep those phones fully charged,
Yep.
because you
You
never know
never
what the
know.
heck.
Just like that lady in Victoria's Secret, she didn't ever think that somebody was gonna sit there and try to hit him, and she did the right thing. She got her on video and went about her
Mhm.
day.
Mhm. And this goes for everybody. We're not just talking about like people of color, to be careful, because
Hmm.
as we heard, even Rachel here was freaking had experiences, you know. And here's a person who's white and is still experiencing. We all experiencing this. And
Hmm.
I got my experiences from people of color.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. There's Karens and Kens come in all colors, shapes, sizes, ages. We just got to be careful because there's people out there who are grown-ups and don't overreact, and then there's just people who are just stupid and they're acting like little kids because they never fully grew up.
Well,
They
somebody in the comments for the Victoria's Secret girl, they made a good point that because that happened, it goes to show how mental illness is viewed in this country. Like we're not taking care of our own. We're not taking care of mentally ill people the way that they should be.
mm-hmm,
And the fact that we do have mentally ill people like that are dangerous and can hurt you puts a bad spin on other people. Like myself, I have mental illness, but I
mm-hmm.
don't try to fucking hit anybody or cause trouble or,
No.
weaponize the police by calling, like barbecue Karen,
Mm-hmm.
calling the police on the black family trying to just have a picnic. It's
But the difference between you and them is that you actually acknowledge it.
right.
Correct. Yeah, you acknowledge it. You're like, I have this kind of thing right here. I know my issues, blah blah, and you don't jump off from it. When these people, I'm pretty sure, are raised to be like, deal with it. You know,
Yeah.
deal with it, or you don't got this, or like man up, or stop being a little girl, and blah blah, and they never really acknowledge it, and then they grow up to just be in denial of it. And I mean, I can hope that when they're put on the spotlight and they're seen through these lenses, that they actually acknowledge it.
Right. Because there's, like we said, with the camera, there's no filter. You're getting the unadulterated truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you are, and that's what you're acting like. So take that as a learning experience and move forward. Don't stand there in Central Park and choke the dog because you're mad at a black person.
And don't take it on the dog because, people watch John Wick, so they know what to do.
Exactly.
Excommunicado, especially in Central Park, you walk in the right place, you'll end up where the Continental takes you out.
That's right. It's not far.
They're gonna come out through those the sides from the pillars out of nowhere and just be like, "You have been excommunicated," and then that's it. Take the dog, give it to the freaking concierge, and we're all good. Good dog.
Good dogs.
It all comes back to John Wick, everybody.
Well, tell people where they can find us.
Hey, you can find us at www.machineroompodcast.com. And also, if you want to watch this stream, you can catch us at Real Machine Room on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, Real Machine Room on YouTube. You can always watch us there. That's the video on demand, if you call it, or if you follow us here and shit, and you can watch video on demand here. You can listen to us everywhere and anywhere, because every week Hammer Venus is always telling me we're being played at Jewel Osco now and shit like that. We got to deal with Target now. They're playing us while you're freaking in the dressing room. But you can listen to us at Spotify, iTunes, freaking Google, and just you name it.
We're now on TuneIn,
there you go.
Amazon, and what's the one? Audible.
Audible, there you go. I was trying to think of it. I was thinking audio something, but Audible. There it is.
We're also on Verbal. I've never used Verbal, but they emailed me and said that they were hosting us, so there you go.
They're probably starting new. It's like, we'll take these people right here. Fuck it.
Yeah.
They sound cool. They got enough episodes. We'll take them. These people got about 67 episodes. So we'll take them. Anything. Come listen to us. But yeah, you listen to us anywhere like that. And I hope you guys are on the pooper when you listen to us, because nothing's more soothing than listening to the Machine Room Podcast as you're taking a real good long dump.
Like after Thanksgiving kind of dump.
Yes, that one right there. Not even after, during, because you're trying to make room for extras.
I'm going to eat pie and some more yams and marshmallows. I'm going to fuck it up.
I'll be right back. Go to the bathroom. Come right back. All right, let me get a second plate. What's that over there in the corner? Who made that one? Yes, I'll have a little bit of that. All that. From Hammer Venus and myself, thank you for chilling with us. Watch out for them Karen and Kens out there. And, just
be safe.
Be safe and be an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Be a fucking adult.
Learn when to walk away. Yes.
Learn where to walk away. And if there's anything, just use your imagination. And just be happy with your imagination. It's like... be happy with your imagination. And maybe one day you'll find a mask and you put it on, and then you can release all that on all your enemies.
There you go.
There you go. Well, we're going to get out of here already. In the chat room, they're going
Oh,
crazy for episode 69. So you and I are going to have to come up with something a little bit special for that, because Danny's calling it the new episode 100.
There you go.
Episode 69 looks like it's got to be crazy. So until then, we'll catch you on the next sexual 69 episode. That's not very comfortable. I think that's what we discussed. And the other episode about Batman. Remember?
Yes.
As Joe, the sex episode. Sex episode 69. All right, you guys are going crazy right here. Anyways, from the Machine Room Podcast to you guys, thank you, good night, and keep your phones looking everywhere. Big Brother's watching us. All right,
Always.
guys. Good night. Machine Room Podcast is recorded in front of a live